Hey there! Welcome back to another movie review for in my Rutger Hauer movie series, movie review series. And this is actually the sixth and of course final review for Rutger Hauer, which I'm gonna review. I wanted to review my top five favorite movies that he did in honor of Rutger Hauer. Rest in peace, which he passed away 2 years ago, July 19, 2019, with a short illness. Um, and he's very missed. He's very missed by me. I'm a huge fan of him. I love the actor to death. I miss him. He's one of my favorite Dutch actors. And I wanted to review this film because I never saw before, but I heard good stuff about it. I saw a trailer, and this is me first time watching it, and I really liked the film. I really liked it. I think. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the movie I'm talking about is Hobo with a Shotgun. Came out 2011. I forgot the title completely. This is the movie that I don't have. This is for me the first time watching the film, and I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. Hobo with a Shotgun is more, I would say, more independent movie because on IMDb doesn't have any ratings on it. I'm not talking about the score, the ratings. Maybe 17. It's a very graphic and violent film, and it's based on on the trailer of the same title featured Quentin Tarantino, Robert Rodriguez, Greenhouse. It's a Canadian American movie. It's a Canadian American movie, so that's cool. Um, Directed by Jason Isender and written by John Davis, and director was actually the one that that Rutger Hauer was actually his first choice for this movie, and I thought that was cool. That was awesome. It was actually his first choice, so that was awesome, cool. Um, Produced was by Rob Cotterilli, Neil Fishman, and Paul Gross. And stars Rutger Hauer, Molly Dunsworth, Brian Downey, Nick Bateman, Gregory Smith, Nick Bateman, Peter Simas, and of course Jeremy Ackerman. The budget for this movie was only $3 million, and worldwide was $748,000 only. Um, now Hobo with a Shotgun talks about a homeless man. The movie talks about a homeless man. He doesn't have a name. He's just Hobo. He's just called Hobo because he doesn't have a name. He goes in a town, in a box town, which is called, I think was the garbage word, the garbage town or something. Or anyway, when he goes in the town, all he wants is to raise a few money, and he wants to buy a lawnmower, and he wants to do his own business. His own business to get on the top because he's homeless. He has no money. He's poor, and all he sees in the town is actually pimps, pedophiles, corrupt businessmen, corrupt police officers, a crime lord who kills his own brother because he was a traitor to them, prostitutes, um, violence. Everything he sees is nothing but violence, and no one does anything. And he tries to mind his own business. But there's this guy called a crime lord, which he owns the town, named the Drake, and played by Brian Downey. He's the Drake. He's the crime lord. He owns the town. He's a ruthless crime lord. He kills you without any second, and the cops are actually in his pocket. There's another E11 harness cop in this town, and he has two sons. One is Ivan. The other one is Slick. Ivan is played by Nick Bateman, and Slick is played by Gregory Smith. They both drive a fancy car and sunglasses. They look like schoolboys, like a schoolboys, but they're ruthless psychos. And and they kill their own uncle without hesitation. During the one night at the party when Hobo stands, in front of the store, and all he wants is to raise some money. He raises a few buckets, and at first he wants to lie to the people why he needs the money, but then he decides to be honest, and he wrote on it. And like a few punks go between. There's this bitch who says, I dare you to lick his dick. The guy spits on his shield that he wrote. So they go in the store, and they making chaos, and those two idiots, Slick and Ivan, they showed up, and Slick decides to punch a kid because he owes him money. He goes and kicks him, and and he goes and kicks them. And this girl, this prostitute Abby, says leave him alone, and he says I'm only gonna leave alone when I leave my dick in your pussy. And they go, but it turns out that they wanted to kidnap her. They actually wanted to kidnap her, but Hobo saw that, because he wanted to know. He was curious what's going on in this store, and he saw it, and he goes and kicks the guy. Saves the girl, kicks Slick's ass, the guy who puts the knife on him. He goes and kicks his ass, and he says, what do you think is gonna happen? He's gonna marry you. And he grabs the sack of shit, I call him sack of shit, puts him on a police station, and he reports the crime. But instead, he wants to talk to the chief, but instead the chief is a corrupt bastard. And he lets Slick out, and they go and they cut him. They go and cut him. And Slick cuts him on the chest, his name, and they let go. They actually let go Hobo. They actually throw in the dumpster, and he escapes in the dumpster. He meets once again Abby, and she helps him. She gives him a bed and a sweater with a bear sweater. He tells her a story. So he falls asleep. He wakes up. He goes in the pawn shop. Actually, no. He sees this guy who is filming, and he's offering people to bleed or to beat someone, for the money. So he goes to this guy. And I think he gets hit by a glass, and he wants to pay. He wants to get paid $30. So the guy asks him to eat the glasses, and he does. He eats the glasses, and he gives him $20. And he thinks he has now enough for a lawnmower, so he goes to the pawn shop. And he really wants to buy a lawnmower, but 3 masked guys, showed up, and they start threatening anyone. They want to kill, a baby. They want to kill a baby. I mean, are you fucking serious? They want to kill a baby, and one of them had a machete and wants to stab the girl, and Hobo had it enough. He gets pissed. So he grabs a shotgun and goes and shoots those bad guys. Shoots them, And he gives the owner the money for the shotgun. He goes to this guy and says, you and your buddy's gonna leave the town. The guy keeps saying, he goes, shoots him to pieces. It's a really practical effect, a real bloody effect. Have great blood squibs, blows his pieces, and also like a Santa who's a pedophile, kidnaps kids from school. Hobo goes there, puts him the face, the shot in the face, shoots him to pieces. There's this pimp goes and punches that poor girl. Make me some money, that black pimp. He goes, you go home to someone who loves you. You fuck, boom, shoots her to pieces. The girl runs away, screams, run away. He goes, boom, shoots her to pieces. Which I love the great effect. I love that scene. He goes and this guys, these mobsters, they kidnap 4 girls, like they're tied up and they're like slaves. And he goes like that and go with a mask, with the whole the mask. He throws a mask and goes, shoots the guy with the AK-47, shoots all the bad guys, saves the girls, and there's like he became a hero, became a vigilante and a hero, and and yeah, he became a hero and a vigilante. But when the Drake finds out, he gets pissed. The Drake sees the news, he gets pissed. He tells his son, his favorite son, Slick, that people has to be afraid of him. So Slick and his brother Ivan, they go in the school bus with a flame torch, and with the music, and he asks, do you like school? And the kid says yes. Do you like bikes and ice cream? They say yes. Do you like hobos? And he says yes. And he goes and says, I hate hobos, and goes and tortures all the kids. He burns all the kids on the school bus. What a sicko. He killed all of them. And his brother was like laughing, like there was nothing laughable about. And Drake warns the people that all the hobos has to be killed, especially the one with the shotgun. And now people start getting afraid on the street. And there's like a chaos, disaster. And Hobo, he thought that he did it right by cleaning the town, but it turns out that that there's still, but now a riot turned out, a disaster, and a chaos collapsed in the town, and he actually shows emotions that he's crying. And during the night, the girl, the prostitute Abby, that he saved her, she was this pedophile, this psycho, this sicko, this sick motherfucker, cop, a fucking sleazebag cop goes, and wants to rape the girl. And Hobo goes, and says, don't do stupid, I'm a cop, puts it in the face, the shotgun, and the cop says, don't do stupid, goes, she despises you, shoots it to pieces, and goes, I despise you, keeps shooting to pieces, his body, and the girl, all bloody, says, why did you do that, and they have to now escape, and because there's a mob outside, and he reloads the gun. She says you can't kill all of them, so he goes in the shopping cart, and she runs away. Says Hobo killed everyone. They go in the alley. They think that there's Hobo, but she saves him. But one of the kids, sees them and writes them up. So he calls Slick and Ivan. And yeah, and so that mostly is, Then I want to escape, and the girl wants to take the TV and says, no, don't take that. And she goes and smashes the TV, man, she's hot. The actress, Molly Dunsworth, was hot and sexy. She smashed that, she went and smashed the TV, But that time, those two brothers showed up, and he uses a skate and tries to fight, like the Ivan throws a skate in that guy in the news, in the journalist, and he goes with skates, and tries to attack Hobo, but Hobo goes and fries him. And of course, Slick goes with a chainsaw, with a small chainsaw, grabs Abby and starts sawing her neck, and Hobo goes and stops him. He goes around, Ivan escapes, but Slick now stays, and with a shotgun that aims at his dick, he goes, fires and blows his dick off. The guy calls his father, and then he dies and goes to hell, goes straight to hell, which I love that. He blows his balls out. I love that scene. So he goes to the emergency, and the bitch nurse doesn't do anything. The receptionist, he goes and shot her. You gotta do it. You're gonna save the girl's life, and they go, they go to try to save the girl's life. And the nurse goes, leave her, and she gets leave. They save her life. Now those two contract killers with an armor, they have armor in it and armor piercing on it, the helmets on it. They're contract killers. Played by Nick Bateman, who also played Ivan, and Peter Simas, who are Plague when Grinder, they showed up in the hospital, starts killing everything that's in their way. The nurses, the doctors, they go and kill them, hand them, they have great weapons. Then they go and kidnap and defeat Hobo, which they kidnap him. But they kill everyone, but they put him in the truck, and like Ivan is now like bragging about, and he goes now to Drake, to that street, in the meantime, Abby, she sees that he's been kidnapped. She goes to the shotgun, but they already escaped, so she goes to the pawn shop and destroys the window, and dressed like a Rambo, like those two, like Rambo. She dressed and she goes with a shotgun, but there's this angry mob shows up, and this guy, hey lady, what are you doing? and are you a hobo? And so I am. She kicks like something. She steps on it, and she tells them, you're gonna have to do this and that, and you have to kill me, but I'll kill you first. So so they let her go. She goes, to the Drake's alley, and when Drake already wants to get revenge on the death of his son, just like he did to his brother, and that guy, Grinder or Plague would actually put, that chain around his neck, that with the dog tags, with sharp dog tags around his neck, and they want to beheaded him, just like in the open scene when they beheaded that scene, and he goes and there's like blood spits out, they beheaded his brother, like blood spits out. But Abby shows up, and I think she fights off Grinder and she kills him. She also, when Plague tries to drive with the motorcycle to behead it, Hobo, she goes with the next, cuts the line, and then Hobo, he gets free, and she also. Drake grabs Abby, and she tries to free, and he throws in that meat grinder her hand, and she goes, stabs him several times, and Hobo gets free, and he's a shotgun, and the cop shows up, the SWAT and cops shows up, and Drake has everything in town, but the angry fans, they decide to stay on Hobo's side, so they use guns, aim guns on the cops, and Hobo says, you and me are gonna visit the hell, and the guy keeps saying, I have everything in the pocket, and he keeps, fuckers, and keeps swearing, and Hobo goes, blows it to pieces. Then the cop shoots Hobo, and they kill him, but the angry mob goes and kills the cops. The cops are killed, and the girl then screams, and Hobo then dies, and then we have a great and then the movie ends with a soundtrack by on the end, with the end of credits. There was an when there's also a scene when Plagway says that she killed Grinder, she had to replace him. She has to replace him, but Hobo says she stays here. He protects her. I read it on Wikipedia because this movie is only 1 hour 26 minutes. But on Wikipedia, I read it, there's an extended version in which she is replaced now as a Plagway, and beside, yes, now the Drake's rulership is over. She's now replacing Drake's rulership is over. She replaced. She went and replaced. She now replaced the Grinder. She gets all the helmet and the armor piercing, the weapons on her. And that's then the movie ends. The movie is 1 hour 26 minutes long. It's fast paced. I wasn't bored with it. It was really fast paced. And I think that Jason Eisner did a good job directing. Hobo was wearing Remington 870 Police Magnum, a shotgun 12 gauge. Rutger Hauer was the director's first choice, and Rutger Hauer also lost balance and fell while climbing out of the shopping cart, and the director left that keep rolling the footage. So when you saw Rutger Hauer with Abby and he falls down of the shopping cart, that was for real. That was done for real because the director kept it in it, so that was awesome. But in my opinion, my only problem with the film is that Hobo gets killed on the end. He shouldn't be killed because he's a hero, That's one of the reasons why it's not my top 5 favorite Rutger Hauer films, because I love that Rutger Hauer, survives. I know in Blade Runner he also dies, but he's fantastic in Blade Runner. Blade Runner is a phenomenal epic classic, so it's my 4th favorite film ever. Love Blade Runner to death. I like Hobo with a hot gun. I like Hobo with a shotgun. Real good movie. Real good movie. I like the actress Molly Dunsworth as Abby. She did a really good job. Rutger Hauer, fantastic. Rest in peace. It's really sad, but this movie is almost 10 years old now, because it was released 21st January in 2011. It's now actually in the US, but it's now actually almost 10-year-old movie. So already was 10-year anniversary, which is funny. I never expect that I'm gonna watch this film. There's this guy who actually showed his collection, and he showed Hobo with a shotgun. I also never saw it, but I saw it, Brown Downey as the Drake did a good job as Crime Lord. Nick Bateman as Ivan did a good job. And Peter Simas as the Plagway and Grinder, 2 contract killers. Armor Demons did a good job. Budget was only $5 million. No, actually it was $3 million, but worldwide was only $748. $48. Actually, $748,000, which is too bad. It didn't make that much in the money. But yeah, Hobo with a Shotgun, a real good movie. I really liked the film. I really had fun. Rutger Hauer and Molly Dunsworth are actually the best of the film. Good direction by Jason Eisner and written by John Davis. I forgot the music score, who already was music composer. But over the Shotgun, I really like the film. So that's it. That's my movie review on Hobo with a Shotgun, and my series of Rutger Hauer is completed now. I said I'm gonna review 6 films, and that's what I did. I talk about my top 5 favorite films, which are very long reviews, and this kind of ended with a short. Rest in peace, Rutger Hauer. He's very missed. Those reviews are in honor of Rutger Hauer. Tomorrow, I'm planning to review Face Off for John Woo, another John Woo film. But stay tuned for tomorrow. And anyway, that's my movie review for Hobo with a Shotgun, Rutger Hauer film. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and have a good day. I'm out. Bye bye.